What's up, everybody? This is Ben here with another crypto update. And why else wouldn't I start with HBAR? I mean, look at this thing of beauty here. Thank you guys for sticking around with me through all of this craziness. I'm sure you probably got annoyed every time I talked about my buy zone here. Hopefully you had some orders in there and they got filled. And this is exactly what I talked about. It would be an extremely fast wick. Let's look. How fast did this happen? 30 minutes? Oop, and go lower than that. 15-minute chart? Nope. 5 minutes? I was not awake when this happened. By the way, I went to bed early last night. 5 minutes. Guys, this happened in 5 minutes, this wick. But it happened all the same, and we know and understand why. It all comes back to this first move that we talked about and how HBAR had such structure and then was blown up by FOMO, which caused chaos. And I told you guys in very early videos that it takes a long time for this to kind of reset. Tried to come down here, barely hit it, didn't do it, barely hit it again. We get this big pump again, causes all this mess, comes down, barely hits it, does all this, and then finally we come down and fill up some pretty big orders through this very high demand zone here. Now, do not be dismayed if you moved your orders and bought. I did not. I did tell you that I bought, where was it? This dip. Yeah. I did buy this dip all the way down. I'm a bit annoyed that I did that, but I kind of thought this would hold here because Bitcoin was looking okay. But then I started drawing all these bear flags on the last video I did, if you guys watched it, and kind of started getting some extra money ready last night, and got lucky on some low orders and my buy zone. So I woke up to this and was just happy. And that's what you want when you're trading. You don't want to wake up to this and feel anxiety and depressed and everything else. Like, you want to wake up to this and see, yes, it came down. Yes, my orders got filled. And now I'm already up. What am I up? Already on these orders. If you were at the bottom of the buy zone, I even had some stink bids, by the way. 30% already. The reason I say do not be dismayed is because I do believe you're going to have another chance at some lower prices. It may not go as low as it did here. We'll have to wait and see. I do think it's notable that it found support here on our mid zone support line that we've talked about for a long time. Remember, we added that in between these two zones. This one line started to get a lot of action, so we added it in. Sure enough, that's where it hit and went to, like a thing of beauty. So here's why I think we're going to get another chance. This is the other chart that I've been posting for I don't know how long. Bitcoin. It's actually one of the first video I ever did on YouTube. It has like hardly any plays at all. It talks about these 3 important levels. You can see I've been charting Bitcoin for a while. I don't share a lot of this stuff because I don't trade it right now. I used to all the time, but I don't hold any Bitcoin right now. I'm heavy in the alts, and for good reason. So let me go to a cleaner Bitcoin chart so you guys can have a better look at it. This should look familiar to you. This is the daily chart that I've posted I don't know how many times on Twitter, talked about on videos, and I've posted about these 3 different levels of Bitcoin. around 52, and then 55-ish, and then the 58 zone, and how those were important because of different levels of support. Now remember, these are daily levels here, so you can see how many times we play off these same zones and have been now since early February. Nothing else has happened. We have this diagonal support, which I have been preaching about for a very long time. I drew this line in after this hit here. So early or late January, I went ahead and drew this line out into existence. I think I even did it on a video. And then I circled this top here, and we brought in this yellow line as our top. And then Bitcoin had hit here and had started to make its move up, and we were going to see if it was going to put in a higher high, which it did. It started to go up, and this structure was great. And then it was going into a corrective pattern, which was great. And I said, okay, we either need to bounce off here and claim this as support, which we did not. But even better is we come down and hit this line again before our next move up, which we did not. And because of that, we got a lackluster push up to an all-time high, yes, but it was for nothing. We came back down. I thought, okay, well, maybe this is the one we come back down, and we hit here. But nope. All we did was come back down to the 52 area. Again, it held, and we come back up and put in another higher high, but it's whatever, not much of anything. And then, of course, we get what we got now. So I've said in multiple tweets that I believe Bitcoin does not make its next big move up until it interacts with this line and gets a bounce off of it. In the video last night, I said if it interacts with this line and it doesn't hold, or it might have been in a tweet, I can't remember at this point. If this diagonal does not hold, then this yellow line is in play all day long. I'm telling you right now. It still has not been tested as support. It tried to here, but it did not come down to it. So it's very important on this next Bitcoin dump, which there will be. Bitcoin is going to come down again. It will more than likely hit this green line as support, and I believe either trade slowly up this level or take a pretty good bounce. And I think alts are going to go with it. So when I say you're going to get another chance at some lower alt buys, it's when this Bitcoin dumps again. And so what that's going to do is it depends on the timing. Everyone keeps asking, like, when's the price on the green line? Well, that changes as the days go by, right? Because this line gets higher. So the longer Bitcoin travels this way, the higher this price gets. So if it happens today, for instance, then it could come down to here and be in the or in the high 40s and wick below, I think, very easily, down into the mid, if it happened today. If it happens tomorrow, then it would come down and be only, it'd be around 50,000. If it happens the next day, then we move up, see the price on the right moving up as I go. So it depends on when this dump happens. I think it happens sooner than later. This has been needing to happen for a long time. I still believe that this should happen and would be very healthy if this happened. Would 100% claim this as support, as a new level, and give Bitcoin a time to rest and then move up. So we'll see. I do think that it takes another drop down, 100%. And this diagonal either holds or it doesn't. I would even expect a wick below maybe. But that's going to affect alts for sure. They will go down with it, just like all of them did. And so you could expect to go at least that low, on your alts, if not lower on this next dump whenever Bitcoin decides to do it. Litecoin did it, the same thing. Isn't it interesting where it did it though? Look at how it did it right on these levels, these support levels. It's nice to see that. XRP, nobody was immune except for you know who. And say what you will about this coin, and I've been talking about it for a very long time, since it was under a penny, that if it decides to go, it is going to run. And it's not because it's some amazing coin and some amazing project. It's because the whole DOGE to a dollar thing, DOGE to a dollar, DOGE, whatever you want to call it, has become such an internet thing right now that people want to see it happen. And so for me, when I got invested in this, I tweeted about it too. I was placing a bet on Elon Musk. If that guy is creating memes and doing stuff with this, then I'm in. I learned my lesson in the stock market, not buying Tesla early. So I put a bet on Elon, and then Doge actually put in some structure and is consolidating really nicely. That Bitcoin dump happened right here. It did nothing to this coin, you guys. So the money that was being pulled was going into this. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just telling you, I really, really, really don't think Doge is done, or even close to being done, in my opinion. So that's the one I wanted to point out. That was completely unaffected by this dump. Everything else, just followed suit exactly. I mean, look at Link. Man, talking about being I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. I mean, Bitcoin has so much control in this market, you guys. That's why I tweet about it a lot and say, as long as Bitcoin behaves, as long as Bitcoin behaves, I say that all the time, and it's because of this. This is what happens. Yeah, see, no one is immune. BTHO, actually not that bad either. BTHO is another coin I'm very bullish on and has reacted nicely to the dump. Atom's another coin, but man, look at that. Just like its daddy, Bitcoin. Litecoin is the biggest one of them all, but follows Bitcoin to the T almost. So back to HBAR, just to finish up here. I do think we get another chance at lower prices. If Bitcoin dumps, HBAR will as well, and it may even go lower this time. It may not go as low this time either. I do think the buy zone is in play still. I have re-upped orders through here again, to see if I can score some more, because there is going to come a time when everything shifts and alt season begins for real. And if you didn't witness it the first time years ago, then prepare yourself. If you are in good position and you have some good chunks of money in, even if you don't, the gains you're gonna see are crazy if we get the all season, which I believe that we will. So there's no guarantees, obviously, but I think we do. Let's check our flag on HBAR. I really want to see where the dump hit on look at that. Telling me this stuff doesn't make sense, drawing lines and stuff like this. That's unreal. It's the first time I've looked at this. I've been gone all day. I went to the river with my family and hung out. We're fossil hunters. We look for big megalodon teeth. But I mean, I haven't moved anything on this chart, guys. This is our flag. I'm pretty sure I said in our last video, if Bitcoin or if HBAR breaks through this diagonal, that there's a good chance we're going to come down and maybe the buy zone comes into play. And sure enough, it did. I mean, this is the top of the buy zone, and it went down. And look at where it stopped. I mean, isn't that amazing where that stopped? So, yeah, I'm fine with all this. I'm fine with the dump. I'm fine with my portfolio being a lot less than what it was a couple of days ago, because I'm loading up on these alts, and I'm believing in what's to come. So that's all part of it. Um, and you can't let it affect your head that much. If you were mad about missing out on Doge, then that, you know, that's part of the emotional side of this thing. You're gonna miss some, for sure. I can tell you, I've missed a lot, a lot of opportunities over the past 4 or 5 years, however long I've been doing crypto now. So, hang in there. Um, if you have extra money and you want more HBAR, I would be setting it in the buy zone. I think there's a very high probability that we go down into here again. I don't know if we go as low. And remember, it's not me just trying to tell the future or do a prediction. It's based off what I've been saying for 2 months now about Bitcoin needing to come down and hit these levels in order for it to kind of make sense, as far as, charting and that kind of thing goes. So, big move, hit it here, big move, and we have not hit it, come back and tested. We need to. So this wasn't enough either for me. So I still think there's going to be another dump. Either this holds or it doesn't. If it doesn't, then we're going low, boys and girls. I would not be surprised if this comes into play, but I think this holds and Bitcoin kind of travels up, and then alts start thriving. So that's where I'm at. Hang in there. Like I said, some craziness going on, but great opportunities to buy. I've tweeted a few times. Learn to start loving red candles. Those are the best time to buy. So I know it's scary at times, but buy something when nobody else wants it, and that's when you usually see the biggest gains. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. And thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe on my channel. Help me spread the word on YouTube as well. And thanks again, guys. See you.